Hello and welcome to yet another video of mine. Again, it has been quite a long time since the last video. Yeah, that's again the reason why I'm making this video. It's kind of a running gag on this channel, but well, it's not the only reason why I'm making this video right now. There will be many parts of this video where different things are being explained. If you want to skip any of those or skip to a certain part, I'll have shortcuts for the different parts in the description. So yeah, first thing first, well, you're hearing me right now. I sound a little bit different than normally, or at least I talk a little bit different. Yeah, I have decided after struggling with this decision for, I would say, about 4 years maybe, that I want to change my content to be more accessible to a lot more people. And I am going to do that by switching to English as the main language of this channel. Of course, this channel does have a lot of videos in German, those will stay. But from now on, I want every video to be understandable for English speakers. That doesn't mean that I will talk English in every video. English will be the main language of this channel, meaning that if for some reason there will be something in German on this channel, there will be English captions or maybe an English version of this video. So yeah, why am I making this decision? As I said, that was a decision that was made pretty long ago, or at least I thought about it for quite a long time. Yeah, the thing is with German car content, there are a lot of like German people that are interested in cars, but the stuff I do with cars is pretty niche. It is not really some mainstream stuff, like I do not cover any tuned VW Golfs or stuff like that. I mainly cover small little nuggets when it comes to cars. Even gaming wise, the Automation Project, it is not like a mainstream racing game. It was a very niche like simulation car building game, which even if you have a worldwide audience, not that many people care about. And yeah, making those videos in German, I set myself up to, well, not have as many people watching as there could be. Even aside from how many people are watching, I do not have the possibility of reaching as big of a community of people that are interested in that stuff and can help me go along with the stuff I'll do on YouTube. It is no secret that my channel is pretty small, especially if you consider how long I've been doing stuff on this channel. And while I never expected to go big and I was always content with being that small niche little channel that just did what he wanted to do, it would have always been nice to, well, reach a few more people. To test the whole English stuff out, I actually created a Twitch channel a few months ago. If you want to, you can check it out. I'll put the name of the channel on the screen right now. I've kept it like aside from YouTube in the beginning, so I can test out like talking mainly in English and stuff like that and not have people from this channel just going on there and expecting German content. So yeah, I did not do that many streams. In the last few months, we had about 10 streams maybe. We played through the whole of Need for Speed Underground, for example, and had some fun in Forza Horizon 5. And yeah, the main focus of those streams in the beginning was just to test out if I am even capable of talking English to people in a recording or in a live stream or stuff like that. And yeah, I think I am now confident enough that I think I can do that. My pronunciation is not perfect. My grammar is not perfect. While I do actually have an American citizenship, since my family is half American, I am not a native English speaker. I learned English in school, just like about anyone else in Germany. That and of course like YouTube and movies and other stuff like that is the main reason why I even know English. And since I don't really have a reason to talk English in my free time, I do have quite a strong German accent and stuff like that. I hope it is still understandable. It should be. It wasn't an issue on the streams. And like I said, I think you should be able to understand me even if you only speak or understand English. And yeah, one of the reasons why I think trying out content in English is also a nice idea is so that I can get better at it. One of the reasons for starting my channel actually was to get better at speaking like in front of people for presentations and stuff like that in school. That was one of the reasons why I started the channel with my Let's Plays and stuff like that. And while I'm still not perfect in general speaking, like I will never be, that's just not my strong point. I think it has gotten a lot better. And partly it is probably because of the videos I did back then. So yeah, that's the first part of this video. And yeah, now we're coming to the part the people who are actually still expecting content from this channel have been waiting about. And yeah, where's my MR2 and why are there again no updates for the last half year? Yeah, the car's broken again. Thankfully, it's not as bad as the last one. It isn't a blown engine again. It's actually really something rather simple. Yeah, one of my shifter cables broke, which meant that my transmission was stuck in first gear, and yeah, I couldn't drive it, and I limped the car home. It was not far away from my home, so I could limp it in first gear. And yeah, I wanted to fix it. Like right away, I straight went into searching the replacement parts and stuff like that. And as it turns out, it is pretty hard to find a shifting cable for a Mark III MR2. Like, there are some, but back then I thought, yeah, maybe let's wait until I find a used shifting cable. There actually wasn't even one on the internet locally where I could have gotten used ones. They didn't have any used ones. So yeah, I waited a bit, and also I was pretty busy at that time with school and with work. So yeah, I set the project aside for a bit. And yeah, a few just I think 2 months after that, my my dog died, and that yeah, just completely stripped me of all my motivation. I had to do just about anything for about a month. I really couldn't do anything. I still went to work, but even there, um, it was really a struggle. It was very unexpectedly, like, he was pretty old. So yeah, I still have a bit of trouble talking about it. He was pretty old, and but it wasn't expected. Um, it was from one day to another, and yeah. Like I said, from that point on, all my motivation was just gone. And as you maybe can tell, I am still not over it. But yeah, life has to go on. So yeah, yeah. Life has to go on, which is actually a bit of the reason why I started the streaming stuff. Just to like get my head into a better place. Um, like I do a bit. It's actually something I really want to get back into. Um, since I do a lot more like when I was still in school. And yeah, I do. It's actually quite funny because I do like my little tiger character, which I used for this channel and stuff like that. I drew him, and it got me thinking. Hey, there are those like VTubers that do stuff either on YouTube or on Twitch. And how about you turn him into a wig for that? I knew that there are programs where you can use just simple pictures with different expression and use that as a wig for that. After a while, then I started with the streaming. I'm still not over it. I am at the point where I can at least do stuff again. And yeah, I got the strength together to at least get my MR2 to a repair shop. And ever since then, I do have to say that the motivation to do stuff with the car again really got has gotten back to me. As I said, I wanted to repair the car myself, but I still don't have the time to repair it, or and even not the space, since I do not have a parking spot where I can really work on the car right now. And yeah, the weather is getting colder and stuff like that. So yeah, I decided to get my car fixed in a repair shop. yeah, that repair, it's going on, I would say right now, like, it's the weekend right now, but, the car is at the repair shop and will hopefully be repaired next week. After that, I can hopefully even record some new videos with the car. So yeah, to the third part of this video, which is, well, simply what happened with the MR2 for the last few months. Of course, most of the time it just sat there, but before my transmission cable broke, and even a little bit while the car was sitting, I still got a bit of new stuff and new ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, I quickly want to share those with you. I will probably repeat all that stuff again in the next real like MR2 video. But yeah, I don't want to leave you completely hanging with stuff that's going on. I have some short video snippets of stuff that was happening I'll put into this video, and I have some pictures. And yeah, so the first thing that I haven't mentioned in the last video, even though I actually did that before the last video, was that I got some OEM Toyota MR2 wheels. They were pretty cheap. I paid, I think it was 90 euros for them, if I remember correctly. And they are in a pretty good shape. They don't have any curb damage. The paint isn't the best, but it is okay. Like, there are some scratches on the paint. Maybe you can even buff them out, I'm not quite sure. It's not like with my last set of OEM wheels I had with my old MR2, where the clear coat was just failing. The ones I have right now are in a pretty good condition. They do have the wrong tire, since the owner of the wheels actually had them for a Toyota Corolla. So yeah, next thing I got was some new tires, summer tires. Yeah, hey, summer tires. We are in November. Yeah, I will not put those on right now. That would be pretty stupid. So yeah, I got some Nankang Sportnex and NS2. Not to be confused with the NS2Rs. Those are a completely different tire. I did not get a semi-slick. And so yeah, I got those because they were pretty cheap, and I've heard quite a lot of good stuff about them, especially for the price. A friend of mine actually has the same tires for his car, and so yeah, I thought let's just try those tires out. And sadly, I never got to put them on. I still have them. They are actually 2 meters beside me in my room. They take up quite a lot of space, but yeah, I will probably put those tires on next year. Maybe in March, maybe in April. That wasn't the original plan. I wanted originally to get completely new wheels and tires next year, but yeah, at this point I do have those tires. I do want to drive them at least for one season. So I will probably get those mounted to the OEM wheels next year. Until then, I still need like tires to drive right now, because I only have summer tires on the 18-inch wheels right now, and those are like really cheap Chinese brand something tires. I'm not even quite sure which brand they were. They are not the best. They are pretty old, I think even. I'm not quite sure how old they were, but they are pretty old, and most of all, I want to get rid of the 18-inch wheels. It does look okay from some angles, but yeah, it's not really the style I want to have with this car. And I want to make the car actually drivable, so yeah. I will probably get some winter tires, or probably not winter tires, but all-season tires. The problem is with the stock tire size of the Toyota MR2 pre-facelift, which my car is that you can not get any tires for the rear size. The 205 50 R15s, it's a size which is like completely missing when it comes to winter or even all season tires. There are like no matching sets of front and rear tires when it comes to winter tires, and all season tires there is also not really a matching set, but you can get the Vredestein Quadtrack. I have no idea how they are supposed to be pronounced, but yeah, you have the Vredestein Quadtrack in the front and the Quadtrack 5 in the rears. They are basically like the same tire, but the Quadtrack 5 is like the predecessor of the Quadtrack. So yeah, I think that should be fine. So I'll probably get those, since they are like the only decent option for a winter capable tire I can get. I think all season tires should be fine. I do not plan to drive the car in the snow. And I will avoid driving the car when it's below freezing. Maybe I cannot avoid it every time, but I think new all season tires should be fine for that. So at least I hope so. I really don't have that many options when it comes to that, since I do have to use the OEM tire size, since those are the sizes which are mentioned in the papers of my car. If I would use another tire size, there I could get in trouble with the police or the TÜV or somebody else, I don't know. So yeah, the next new thing I haven't really talked about or shown anything about in the last video was that I actually went to a few car meets in my MR2. I was on 3 different car meets. They were all like JDM or import focused, and it was a lot of fun. I actually never went to a car meet before in my own car, or at least to a car meet where just like random people met, like from an Instagram group or Facebook group or something like that. And yeah, it was really fun just meeting other people, talking about cars, talking about my car, showing my car and stuff like that. Was really fun. I do have some small clips of those meets, and yeah, I definitely want to go to more meets. Problem is, yeah, we now have winter, and there aren't that many meets in winter. I will be driving to the Essen Motor Show. At least that's planned. If my car is ready until then, it should be. I really hope so. I probably now cursed myself, and the car will not be ready until then. But hey, what can you do? So yeah, and the last thing I can kind of talk about is that I am preparing everything to get my old hardtop fitted to my new MR2. So yeah, the hardtop I still have from my last MR2. I still have that thing. I did not sell it, even though I was pretty tempted, since hardtops for the MR2 are pretty expensive, and you can get quite a hefty sum for one, even especially when you have the mounting kit, which I also kept. And yeah, I am preparing everything to get that mounted to my new MR2. Nothing much more to tell about that. When I get my car back, that will probably be one of the first things I'm going to do. So maybe I'll record a little bit. I know that I have to cut some trim pieces to the correct size so that the mounting brackets will fit. And yeah, maybe I'll film a little bit of the process of doing that. So yeah, this video is probably quite long right now, and I've just been rambling about stuff which has been going on in my life. And yeah, I do have to say it feels pretty good to get all that stuff off my chest. You have probably realized that I have made a few cuts in the video, especially in the middle part. You can probably guess why. But life has to go on, and yeah. I normally really try to keep the topics on this channel as light as possible. I want to make content which brightens up people's days, and I don't want like my problems which is going on in my life to be a burden in someone else's life. But yeah, I think that it is better that you know why there was nothing going on for the last few months. So yeah, it is how it is. You cannot change anything about it. I cannot change anything about it. It sucks. It really sucks. But yeah, now you at least know what was going on. So yeah, that was it for this video. I hope it wasn't too unbearable. And I really hope that the next video that will come out, hopefully not in 5 months, I will do my best to do it sooner. But yeah, I hope that the next video will be a lot more fun, a lot more lighthearted. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Until next time, your Auto Tiger.